Why I vanished. I'm about to reveal some of my juiciest secrets. This isn't just about where I've been, it's also about why I do what I do. It's about my ideas for the future, and specifically, an exciting idea I want to run by you about how I can make doing this sustainable. And it's not what you think. So if you want to make your best music, you should definitely pay attention and watch all the way till the end. So the first thing I wanted to say is, I don't see myself as a YouTuber. I'm not a social media content creator. I am a studio hermit. That's what I am. I've dedicated my life to studying music and I'm obsessive about it. I mean, you could compare me to an elite athlete in the sense that I go to extremes to better my skills. I've made serious sacrifices. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, I don't follow sport. I don't even brush my hair, right? All I do is work in the studio, study music, work on my music production skills, and I train other producers, artists, and engineers. I don't wind down, I don't relax, I almost never go on holiday. I'm not into normal entertainment, so no novels, no movies, no consoles, no shopping, very little socializing, and even then, all my friends are music lovers. I'm like a robot. Right? I'm programmed with a single objective, which is to get better at music production. And I love it. I find this incredibly fulfilling, incredibly satisfying. I don't even care that much about releasing music or being known as an artist or any of that stuff. The music itself is like my drug, and the journey of making music is like my way of discovering and inventing new ways to get high. And I can't get enough. But it's not even a hedonistic thing. I fully embrace the challenge aspect. I work harder than anyone I've ever met. Also, learning to make music has been the hardest thing I've ever done. Even though I've had plenty of difficulties in life, that's partly why I latched onto music so much in the first place. People often ask me, where did you learn? How did you get so good? Well, this is the answer. Absolute obsession. This is who I am. This is how I am. This is what I am. Also, I can talk shop endlessly. I mean, if you met me, you may well mistake me for a regular human being, with a broad range of interests to talk about. But secretly, even if on the surface we seem to be chatting about the weather or nutrition or astrophysics or contraception or whatever, internally I'm processing everything in terms of, how can this help me make better music? You see what I mean? And the result of that is that I learn pretty much constantly. I'd say I've turned the art of learning about music production into an extreme sport. This is why I ended up in Computer Music Magazine and then Future Music Magazine. And that's where I got started making video tutorials. Anyway, I had friends and family around me, all producers of course, and they kept saying I should put out videos, or they'd ask for music production advice and I'd think, well, the easiest way to help with that would be if I made a video. So this is why I make videos. So where did I go? Let me give you a timeline. From September 2018 till December 2018, that's when I made the biggest batch of my videos. It wasn't supposed to be a career change or anything. I mainly just had friends and family in mind who I wanted to help. They weren't really well-produced videos. I didn't jump on trends. I never asked anyone to subscribe. You must have noticed I kind of look like a homeless tramp in those videos, I'm not going to lie. But that's a side effect of having an obsession. Somehow, anyway, people still came. I mean, I understand why you came, but I never expected many would discover my videos. So from the start, it was a pretty low effort all round. But even so, publishing videos was quite difficult and quite time consuming. I don't like being on camera, especially I didn't like being on camera back then. I'm a bit more comfortable now. Plus, I found all the comments, messages, all of that stuff unmanageable, especially as I need focus and concentration for my day-to-day studio work. If you're doing a mix down and you've got your phone dinging off every 5 minutes, it doesn't really make sense. But I still felt the urge. I felt an obligation to keep making videos. I just needed to make it sustainable. So during that same time period, September 2018 till December 2018, I dabbled in making downloadable products to promote, and I carried on making videos, and slowly I improved. But I hit the first hurdle when I kind of began to compete with myself, because I noticed there was an audience, and the more conscious I was of the fact that there was an audience, the more I thought, well, maybe I should actually put in some effort and make some really useful videos. And I kind of got stuck trying to always improve on things because I became dissatisfied with what I was working on. In January 2019, I did the Steinberg Studio Sessions video with Future Music Magazine, and I was privately working on a Supersaw video, but I got stuck because I just kept on listening back to what I was talking about in the video while I was recording, and it was like, oh, the harmonic series and blah, blah, blah. It was just so dry and so boring, and I was like, how can I go that deep and still keep it entertaining and interesting, and it's actually going to help people to make better music? So because of the amount of time I was putting into making the videos, it was kind of hard to justify the time commitment. Then when I was already struggling in February 2019, hay fever struck me really hard. And I know that probably sounds a little bit pathetic, but honestly, it's a real pain in the dreads for me. I'm a bit unusual in that I get it very, very early on in the year. I have it right now at the moment, actually. And it doesn't affect my ears, so that's okay. It's fine for being a studio hermit, but it's not really good for being on camera. I certainly wasn't prepared for it back then. And so I had to take a break. But I took that as an opportunity to consider ways, how could I improve my video making? Because I'm a problem solver, I'm a pragmatist. I always look for the most practical ways to do things. So during that period, I had a lot of ideas for how I could make making videos sustainable, but more on that later. April 2019 was a serious whirlwind of events in my personal life, but I'll give you the short version. I suddenly became a single dad. So I had to radically cut down my work hours. And then throughout 2019, I didn't have much time to make videos. Luckily, I met a wonderful woman in 2019. She was my new neighbour, and now she's my wife. And a fellow music lover, of course. Hi! Owen's a great guy, and his mixdowns are so good. Okay, that's not really her voice. You already know what was going on in 2020. It was pandemonium. I didn't get to the studio much. I didn't get much done. 2021, that's when we got married, new baby. 2022, almost a total write-off for me, actually. More family demands, a few health issues. I had Bell's palsy. Half my face was paralysed, but only temporarily, thankfully. Obviously not a great time for doing videos, but all this time I was being a human. I kept seeing comments online, where's Owen? Where's Owen? You know what I'm talking about. So now we're in 2023 and it's been a big year already. I rushed to make the Donk preview video before I was hit with hay fever symptoms. And in that video, I asked you to leave a like or comment so I could measure the demand. Then, in a stroke of genius, I accidentally deleted the YouTube video. But I've rescued most of the comments from my email notifications. You can see them on the screen now. And I just wanted to acknowledge you lot. I didn't mean to be rude. I just was overwhelmed and busy being a studio hermit. I wanted to give the comments, a proper going over. And I did read every comment. So I want you to know that I did read every comment, but foolishly deleted the video before I got round to replying. But you know what? I was quite surprised at how many of the comments were from people awaiting my return. You're back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Good to see you back. Nice to see you back. Yay, you're back. Let's go. Glad you're back. And I should thank you, really. This was a huge kick up the butt for me. It makes it all worthwhile reading comments like that. I'm highly motivated to help you make your best music as part of my obsession, because I strongly believe the world needs more, better music. Okay, now for the fun stuff. I keep seeing people asking me, I'll set up a Patreon or similar, but I don't like that. I've been a patron to other Patreon accounts and I didn't enjoy the experience. I've seen people say, why don't you monetize your YouTube channel? I don't like the ad breaks and it's a bit lame. Also, I've seen people saying they want to pay for lessons, but I don't have the capacity to teach loads of people one-on-one. I get messages and emails all the time. I do a service called Tailored Training, which is my premium mentoring service, but I can only train a few artists at any given time. So I rarely have space to take on new people, even when I don't make videos. I mean, I've been off the grid. I'm invisible. I don't advertise. Don't get me wrong. Tailored training is super rewarding. I love it. But if I try to take on too many people, it affects my ability to provide a top quality service. And I really want to keep it a premium service. And apart from that, I want to spend time doing other things, for example, putting out video tutorials. But yeah, I've recently been thinking, I've noticed a growing trend in other industries. I've not seen it in music production yet, but I'm seeing people building private communities. And this is something I've dreamed about for years, actually. In 2019, I almost did it. I was planning to call it Music Production Acceleration Group. I'm not sure about the name now, but can you imagine what it might look like if we were to create a private community where we could combine our efforts and resources to study music production? Because all I do is research, or maybe research isn't the right word. It's like training. Obviously, I train other people, but I mean training myself. It never ends. And a lot of that is just testing, because I'm not satisfied with theory. I need to know. I need to hear the results I want. I need to find better and more practical ways to do things. And there's so many times when a private community of like-minded individuals would have really helped me to find those answers quicker. It's my ultimate fantasy to level up my research, and it would be a way to provide group training so I could help more people than I'm currently helping. Therefore, sticking to my mission of helping get more better music out into the world. So I've seen these private communities popping up for fishing, gardening, bodybuilding, contraception. No, seriously, I'm not joking. No, it's not literally contraception. It's like, what would you call it? Conception. There's this woman who does like a fertility thing. I am actually serious. But all of those are rubbish ideas anyway. Why would you want to do fishing and contraception? What we really need is a music production private community. I know there are several online platforms I could use to deliver that, and I can't think of anyone better to run it. What do you think? As for what it would look like and how it would be done specifically, I'm still not 100% clear on every little detail. It's just a fuzzy idea at the moment. I'd have to figure out the most practical way to deliver it and to manage it and to make sure everyone's happy and everyone's making progress. That part would be very important to me. I just know that I've made discoveries beyond anything anyone's talking about. I mean, you think some of my past videos are controversial. Wait till you see what I haven't put out into the public. But what I'm thinking is, if I can get a few people into this community, that'll give me fuel to make more helpful videos, because it'll speed up my research, it'll free up some of my time, and it'll give me a more firm direction for what type of videos to make. So I reckon building the private community would be the best way to make making video tutorials sustainable. As I say, it's just an idea at the moment. If I don't do it, I'll still be putting out videos. But if I do it, I'll be able to make better videos more regularly, which I think would be beneficial for everybody. So I'd like to know your thoughts. Is it a good idea? Is it a feasible idea? Leave me a comment. I always read the comments, as I said, but, even if you don't join the community, as I say, it would be the ultimate fuel for me to put out better and more regular videos. So if you could get on board with any of that, leave a comment, or at least leave a like. Come on, you know the drill by now. I like a comment or a like. Comment if you really like the idea, or if you have a question or something to contribute to the discussion, or if you can't be bothered, or you want to stay anonymous or whatever, just leave a like.